This 103-year-old woman is a virgin and she regrets it. Yes, you heard that correctly. Mariam has maintained her purity for over a century and is unable to find a lover. But hold on, there's more to her story. She once met a white man whom she fell in love with. They had big plans together. Despite having a wonderful time, she chose to remain virgin until marriage. However, the boyfriend mysteriously disappeared. She turned down other African men who showed interest in her and waited for her man. But to this day, he has not returned, nor has he even communicated with her. She stayed celibate, but in the end, she felt betrayed. What happened to the boyfriend? Is he still alive? Why is there no communication? And how has this woman managed to maintain her virginity for over 100 years? We are in Tanzania, a country known for its extraordinary stories.
My name is Mariam Hussein. I was born in 1921 in a small village where life was simple and community was everything. Growing up in this remote corner of Tanzania, we faced the harsh realities of rural life. My family, like many others, depended on subsistence farming for survival, and it still was not enough to sustain the whole family of more than 10 members.
From a young age, Mariam worked tirelessly in the fields, helping her family grow crops to make a living. Education was a luxury that her family could not afford. Instead, her days were filled with labor under the scorching sun, cultivating, tending to crops, and looking after domestic animals. Despite the hardships, the village was a place of warmth, and everyone around was friendly. But Mariam's life took an unexpected turn when, one fateful day, a stranger arrived in the village.
I met John, a young white man from Europe who had come to Tanzania in search of adventure and purpose. I helped him navigate and settle comfortably into his new environment. Over time, our friendship blossomed into something more. To be honest, he was unlike anyone I had ever met. His manners, stories, and kindness all fascinated me. He respected my culture and showed genuine interest in my life and aspirations. We spent countless hours envisioning a future filled with love and happiness. I believed he was truly unique, and indeed he was.
John and Mariam soon developed a close bond. They would spend hours talking, sharing dreams and aspirations. John would share the life and experiences from his home country in Europe and discuss how busy everyone is, leading people to focus solely on themselves, unlike the loving and caring Africans he had met. They had fun together and often played games that were beautiful to witness. For Mariam, John represented a world beyond the confines of her village, a world full of possibilities.
Our relationship blossomed, and I found myself falling deeply in love. Every moment we spent together made my feelings for him grow stronger. I could see that he loved me too. His eyes sparkled with genuine affection whenever he looked at me, and his actions always showed his care and commitment. I loved him back wholeheartedly and unconditionally because for the first time in my life, it was all about love in its purest form. We shared dreams, hopes, and secrets, building an unbreakable bond. I also hoped that John would be the one to change my destiny. I dreamed that he might take me away from the life of struggle I had always known and experienced. With him, I envisioned a future filled with endless possibilities, free from the hardships that had defined my past. He gave me hope that together we could build a new life, full of love and happiness.
John taught Mariam new farming techniques, such as irrigation using pesticides and the use of manure, which helped her family improve their yield. The villagers also began to respect him, as they witnessed the positive impact he had on their lives. However, as life often does, it took an unforeseen twist. Just when Mariam's hopes were at their highest, John received news that compelled him to leave immediately. Without a word, without a goodbye, he disappeared, leaving Mariam heartbroken and confused.
I was devastated. I couldn't believe he had disappeared. Initially, I considered the possibility of it being a prank or a test of my patience. I searched high and low for John, desperately hoping for an explanation, but he was nowhere to be found. Days turned into weeks, weeks turned into months, and still there was no trace of him. Months turned into years, and yet I clung to the belief that John would eventually return. I refused to accept the idea that he might not come back anytime soon. Despite the wonderful moments we had shared, I remained a virgin. In our culture, it was expected that a girl preserves her purity until marriage. Having sex before marriage was considered a taboo, so I made it a priority to maintain my purity. This cultural belief was deeply ingrained in me, and I took my commitment to it seriously. Even though I loved John deeply and we had an incredible bond, I remained steadfast in upholding this cultural value. I believed that one day we would be married and my patience would be rewarded. However, as the years went by, the hope of his return began to fade, leaving me feeling both betrayed and alone. Nevertheless, I remained resolute in my promise to myself and my culture.
As time passed, many suitors came seeking Mariam's hand in marriage, mainly her countrymen here in Tanzania, who had everything to make her a wife. But she rejected them all, clinging to the belief that John would come back for her. Hence, she kept her virginity, waiting for the man she loved. Years turned into decades, and Mariam grew old. Her beauty faded, but her hope never did. She continued to live in the village, alone, but never truly gave up on her dream. Now, at 103 years old, Mariam reflects on her life with a mixture of regret and acceptance. She wonders what could have been had John stayed or even said goodbye. But she also takes pride in her unwavering commitment to the man she loved.
Love is a powerful force, both beautiful and capable of heartbreak. It can give us strength, but also leave us shattered. Love has the ability to elevate us to the highest heights, making us feel invincible, yet it can also leave us longing and broken. I patiently waited for John because I truly believed in our extraordinary love. To me, it was a love that comes once in a lifetime, capable of overcoming any obstacle. While our ending did not live up to my expectations, leaving me with a broken heart, I have no regrets about loving him. Even though he never returned, I cherish moments we shared. He taught me to hope, to dream, and to believe in the beauty of love. For that, I am grateful. He showed me a world beyond my struggles, a world filled with endless possibilities. I am unsure if he is still alive or not, but wherever he may be, he should know that I kept my promise. I held on to the memories of our time together, continuing to love and wait for him. I remained true to my feelings and the purity of our bond, firmly believing that true love is worth waiting for, regardless of how long it takes.
Mariam Hussein's story reminds us that even in the face of heartbreak, we can find strength in our memories and dreams. Although her life was marked by a love that never fully blossomed, Mariam's story is one of resilience and faith. Thank you for watching. I am Simon Greenwood, and this is Afrimax English. Remember to subscribe.